Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've said that. I haven't filmed in so long. So the last 2 weeks of March were like crazy for me. So I had a Polycon and I had Nova Teen Book Festival in back-to-back weekends. So the last 2 weeks of March were just bananas for me. I kind of knew that and I pre-filmed a lot of stuff so that I could at least have some content, but that's kind of why I've been absent on a lot of things recently. And I feel like my life is slowly coming back together. I say that as I'm sitting in, like, the aftermath of book conventions. My library is just filled with stacks and stacks of books. It's ridiculous. But I figured a haul is a good video to kind of get back into the swing of things. They're some of my favorite videos to film, and a lot of you guys like watching them, so figured this is a good place to start. I feel like I should also preface this by saying I hauled over 40 books in the month of March. It was a lot. I'm aware. But for the sake of this video, I'm actually not going to include a majority of those because most of those are subscription box books that you guys have already seen me unbox and talk about. So those books are not included in this, and also all of the obscene amount of books that I picked up at a Polycon are not going to be in this video because I did make a separate haul video for that, which I will leave linked down below. So this is basically going to be the miscellaneous books that I've got, the miscellaneous bookish things that I've got that I want to talk about. And virtual signing books and Nova Teen Book Festival. So let's just start there, I guess. Nova Teen was last weekend and it was such a blast. I just want to take a second to say thank you to every single person who came up to me, asked to take pictures with me, recognized me, said hi. It was strange, it was weird, and it was amazing. Like, okay, I feel like that's kind of a milestone in any sort of YouTuber's career, is being recognized in public. It's so bizarre to be on the receiving end of that. I can't even express how, like, flattering it is and crazy it is that people wanted to take pictures with me. So I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who came up to me. You guys made my entire day. It was such a surreal experience. So thank you so much for everybody who went and said hi to me, and you made my day. It was amazing. Oh, it was just like this crazy fun day. I love Nova Teen because it's a very relaxed event. It's held at a high school. The whole day is just moving from auditorium to auditorium to watch different panels about different things with a huge amount of YA authors. And it's just a very, like, relaxed book event with a really big signing at the end, and you can get a ton of books signed while you're there. So it's just a very, like, low-key but exciting book event. So, one, thank you for Shayna for going with me, one of my best bookish friends. She is amazing for just driving and supporting me and hanging out with me. Also, I got to meet Julie from Pages and Pens. We're, like, local to each other. Like, we're not that far apart. We don't live that far apart, but it was my first time meeting her in person, and guys, she's just as amazing on her channel. So if you guys don't watch Julie, I will leave her linked down below, but I got to hang out with her all day, so that was super fun. All right, you guys are here for a haul. Let's actually, like, get into the haul part. So let me slide my TBR cart on over so I can start stacking things. Maybe I should, like, readjust. Is that good? That's good. Okay. So, Nova Teen, I generally go in knowing that I want to purchase maybe 1 or 2 books while I'm there, and I purposely wait until I watch a lot of the panels, because most of the authors there are not new to me. Like, I am coming with a ton of books for the authors that are going to be there. I purposely go to a lot of the panels trying to find a new author that I really want to support, that I think is new and upcoming. So the only book that I actually purchased while I was there is Anger is a Gift by Marco Shiro. Marco Shiro was, like, the life of every panel that he was on. He was such a freaking sweetheart. He's hilarious, and he also has a really good voice for the YA community. And this is a book that I've seen a lot of other booktubers or a lot of my friends talking about and saying it's one of the best books they've ever read. So I kind of went knowing I was going to get this there, but I went to, like, see him. And the second he started talking on panels, I was like, yeah, I need to support him. So this book is a contemporary, and I want to say it has a little bit of sci-fi elements in it, but this is basically following a boy in high school. He's basically dealing with the long-term grief of losing his father, so that's kind of a constant thing that we're dealing with in this book. But the thing that I was so excited about this book representing was the fact that there's a lot of very different high school experiences. My high school experience was much closer to this than any of the high schools that I read about in, like, the fluff that is YA contemporary, so I'm very excited to see what he talks about in this. He basically wanted to shed light on the idea that a lot of high schools treat their students like criminals before they're even the age of 18. And my high school is one of those. We didn't have campus security. We had police on campus. I regularly saw students get arrested on campus in high school. Like, as a freshman in high school, that was a very common thing. And like Marcus Shiro was talking about on the panels, I didn't realize that wasn't normal until I was out in the real world and talking to people who had a very vanilla high school experience, for lack of a better term. I'm very excited to see how he represents it. Also, it's going to be pretty triggering. I mean, Anger is a Gift is the title, so I think it's going to deal with some angst. So I can't wait to read this. I adored meeting him. I got it signed. I actually got a lot of books signed. I'm not going to go through this video and show you everything because most of them just say like Chelsea and the author, you know. But this is the only book that I picked up while I was there. And then a new thing that they did this year, if you were, I think, the first 100 people to get into the first 2 panels of the day, they had arcs at a table outside of the panels. That's a new thing. And also when I saw that they were doing that, I looked at the list of the arcs that they were listing, and Wilder Girls was one of them. This is one of my most anticipated books of the year because look at the cover. Is that not the most freaking beautiful, creepy, amazing cover you've ever seen? The second this cover got revealed, I was like, I need that in my life. So, this is Wilder Girls by Rory Power. This is Own Voices Queer Rep, and it takes place at an all-girls school that is put under quarantine when some sort of disease or virus hits them. All the teachers start dying one by one, and it starts to infect the students, and it turns your body into like this strange foreign thing. I'm just so intrigued by this. I'm getting more magical realism vibes than I am like dystopian vibes for some reason. I think it's going to be handled in a very like symbolic way. It looks so good. I'm so excited. So this comes out in July. I was ecstatic to get my hands on a copy of this. Like I elbowed people. No, I didn't. That would be rude. But I was like real desperate to get a copy of this. Okay, and the next arc that I picked up was actually one that I've never heard of, but it is a contemporary, and I will always pick up YA contemporary. And it is called We Are the Perfect Girl by Ariel Kaplan. This one comes out in May. And after reading the synopsis of this, it reminds me of that Netflix movie. Shoot, hold on. Sierra Burgess is a Loser. Am I correct in that title? Something like that. Where it follows 2 best friends, Afra, who is bold and outgoing, and her best friend Bethany, who is the stereotypical pretty girl. And they kind of, I don't know if they're like doing it as a team or whatever, but they basically have Bethany go out on a date with this like proverbial 10 person, like this guy who is like the best of their class. Like he's the most attractive, he has his most like best personality traits, things like that. So Bethany, who is like the face of this operation, and then Afra, who is the person who is actually texting him and telling her how to act with him, and they think together they make up the perfect girl, like one is the mind, one is the body. So that movie I found to be problematic, and I'm curious to see how this book handles a similar type of situation. I'm hoping it'll be a healthy representation of like what we should strive for as teenagers, or as young adults, I should say. I'm not a teenager anymore, but I'm just curious. I will always pick up YA contemporary and give it a shot, and a lot of YA contemporary is tackling kind of more societal issues than it used to, so I'm curious to see how this does. Also, that's an adorable cover, just saying. So, grabbed this one. And the last one that I picked up is Kathleen Glasgow's newest book. She wrote Girl in Pieces, which came out, I want to say 2 years ago now, but this is How to Make Friends in the Dark, and this sounds heavy. Which are kind of my favorite YA contemporaries. The darker you get, the more I'm gonna want to read it. This one actually comes out in April, so I should probably get on this. But this is following, her name is Tiger. I just saw that. The main character's name is Tiger. This is following Tiger after her mom passes away, and she was very close to her mother. They had a very unique mother-daughter relationship, and when her mother passes away, she's kind of left alone. So this is her trying to kind of reacclimate to society after losing not only her mom, but her best friend. So this is how to make friends in a dark place of your life. So it's gonna be heavy, it's gonna be intense, but I feel like it's probably gonna be really important. Also, this cover is gorgeous. So we have like the hair and the bangs of a girl, but it also has like stars as her silhouette. It's just beautiful. I'm very excited to have grabbed a copy of this as well. So those are all of the books that I picked up at Nova Teen. I don't know where to go. Where should I go? Let's get into like non-bookish, well, bookish related things, and then I'll get back to books. We're gonna mix it up. So I guess the first thing that I'm like stupid excited about, Margot, who runs BookArtBookMarks, reached out to me and asked if I wanted to be a rep for her Etsy shop. And she makes these amazing bookmarks. I'm gonna put them on a book to actually show you how they work. But I have been like drooling over her Etsy shop for so long. So like when she reached out and was like, hey, can I send you some? I was like, oh my God, yes, please. So these are really unique bookmarks. There's so many different types. I tried to get like a variety of them. This is the one that sold me on her shop completely. Let me grab a book real quick, put it on, and show you how it works. Okay, I grabbed a copy of Exit Pursued by a Bear by E.K. Johnston because I did get this signed at Nova Teen, so relevant to the video. But look at this bookmark. Is that not the coolest thing? Look at his little legs just doing the can. So this is called Mr. Dino. This is like the bookmark of all bookmarks. So basically it's just a big elastic band that you put, like you just stretch it over your book and you can just open right back to the page you were on and you can have this like amazing piece of art on the outside of your book. It's awesome. So I got this one. This was like a definite. Okay, and then these were the other two that I picked out from her shop. We share a common love of Akamath, so I wanted one that represented that. So it has a moon and a star, and it also has like kind of the tendrils that go with the style of the book cover. It's got one of the thicker bands, and then her geode ones, I think, are my favorite thing from her shop. There are so many natural stone and geode ones that she does, and this one is dipped in gold. Just take a gander at those. Are those not amazing? Like, these are just so freaking beautiful, and obviously every single one is a real geode, so every one that you get of these are going to be different and unique, and they're super stretchy, so they're never gonna like damage your book. I put these on paperbacks actually a lot, like they just work better in my opinion. Okay, we'll just plop them in the back so you can see like his little legs that kick in. I do have a rep code for this. It is just Pony10. It's related to my Bookstagram account. I will leave that linked down below if you want to go see like more detailed pictures of these. They're just the coolest things ever, so I wanted to like show you guys how freaking cool they are. I've also got 3 new Second Star candles that I want to go over real quick with you guys. The March monthly melt was inspired by Nikolai from obviously the Grishaverse series, and this one is ozone, cardamom, and amber. And I already tried and failed at describing this on my Instagram account. It's a very clean linen type scent, so it smells like you're doing laundry in your house, which that's ideal right now. Let's just act like I'm a cleaner person than I am, I guess. So that was the monthly melt candle, which is like her subscription service through Second Star Books. In case you guys didn't know, that's the same company. And then I got my rep package for her just candle line. She also just makes and sells her woodwick candles on her website now. And the second line that she put out were all TV show inspired. So I have Happy Little Trees, which is inspired by Bob Ross, obviously. This one is citrus, pine, and moss, and it smells like a Christmas tree. It smells very much like the woods and a little hint of orange, which smells great, to be completely honest. Also, it's Bob Ross. It's called Happy Little Trees. It smells amazing. Also, these are all of her woodwick candles, so it has a lovely, like, crackly sound when you burn it. I adore her candles. I can't get enough of them. And the last one that I have to show you is inspired by Golden Girls. This one is Shady Pines, and this one smells like strawberry cheesecake. This is... okay, it's between this one and her Fruit Loop scented one. These are my 2 favorite ones. So this one, the scent description is berries, brown sugar, and vanilla, but it legit just smells like cheesecake with like strawberry sauce on top of it. Oh my god, it smells so good. So this one is pink with the woodwick. So those are the bookish goodies that I've gotten recently. I just blocked the bookmarks. I'm gonna run out of room real quick with this cart. But let's get into, I guess, miscellaneous books that I picked up this month. I got a finished copy of The Weight of the Stars by Kay Ankrum. This is so far my favorite book of 2019 as of right now. This is standing in the #1 slot. I read an arc of this and it was just phenomenal. And as always, her books are just stunning. So like it has these audio waves along the edges of the page, which are relative to the story. Like if you can see that on, it's amazing. Okay, this book is breathtaking. So I did pre-order this, so I got my finished copy in March. That's the month I'm hauling, right? Yeah, March. I also got my pre-order for the new revamped version of The Near Witch. I ordered this from Barnes & Noble. Obviously, this is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a huge fan of this like mustard color. The regular version of this is like an off-white with all of this, and I really like that aesthetic, but the Barnes & Noble edition has the map in it. And in my mind, maps are vitally important to the story. I haven't read this yet, but it's been the V.E. Schwab book that I've been most intrigued by. Also, in case you guys didn't notice, it has a creepy witch on the cover. That's what the spine looks like. So, I did pick this up. I am not sure what I'm gonna get to this. Maybe I'll do this for a book club book, because technically this is a backlist title. I did acquire this in the month of March, so into the haul pile it goes. And then 2 random books that I ordered. I got a copy of The Fever King by Victoria Lee. I believe I talked about this in my March releases videos. It just occurred to me I never filmed an April releases video. I am so sorry. That's a video that just got lost to the wind in the craziness that was the end of March. Huh, okay. Anyway, I picked up this. This just sounded like a really good book. I believe it is Own Voice's queer rep, but it's also kind of sci-fi magical type of stuff. It's about a boy named Noam who wakes up in a hospital as the sole survivor of a viral magic attack. It sounds really good. I've heard good stuff. Actually, like, the reviews for this have been pretty great, so I'm very excited to get to this. And I also picked up a copy of The Light Between Worlds by Laura E. Weymouth. This, first of all, is stunning. Is that not like the most gorgeous cover you've ever seen? I'm trying to like keep it from reflecting, but this cover is just, it's great. And I believe her sophomore novel just got the cover revealed, and it's equally as gorgeous. But this is a book that I've been wanting to read since I talked about it last year in a releases video. This sounds amazing. This kind of follows the aftermath of the like down the rabbit hole type of plot that we've seen a couple times, similar to the Wayward Children series by Shauna McGuire, where this follows I believe twins or sisters, I think just sisters, who during, I think, an air raid attack in their London home, it opens up this portal to go to this magical world called the Woodlands, and they are there for a very long time. One sister is desperate to get back to her real life, and the other is like thriving in this fantasy world. And then one day they get booted, like they get kicked out of this world and they end up back in the real world. And obviously the one sister who's trying to get back is ecstatic about this. She's just kind of adapting back to normal human life, and the other one is not coping too well. So I think this actually has a lot of content warnings for depression and suicide and things of that nature. So this is a very dark, fantastical book, but I've heard nothing but amazing things about it, so I definitely wanted to get a copy of it. And look how beautiful it is. I'm very happy to have this. Alrighty, and going back to ApollyCon / Novatine, I ordered a bunch of books from the virtual signing for ApollyCon. ApollyCon has this virtual signing that leads up to the event, and it's kind of designed for people who can't go but want to get signed or personalized books from the author that are there. So while all of the authors are together, they have them sign a whole bunch of books, and then they get mailed out after the event is over. Or there's people like me who are crazy who want to get books signed but know that you're going to be carrying a ton of books that weekend. So I kind of did this as a way to lighten the load of books that I carried around during the signing, but also books that I wanted to have copies of. So that was long-winded. Basically, I ordered the new covers for the Lux series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I just recently reread this entire series for the second time just to see if I could justify buying a whole new set of them. I had the awful bind-up versions that I think everybody had of them, and I honestly really enjoyed them. They're such a guilty pleasure, like paranormal romance, old school books, but they've had god-awful covers the entire time. And I'm not even a huge fan of these, but these are the best ones. So we have Obsidian, we have Onyx, they're all just kind of like a different color with a silhouette. We have Opal, we have Origin, and then we have Opposition, and then a crazy thing happened, and we were supposed to have the matching versions of Oblivion and Shadows. This is like the prequel novella, and this is the companion story that's following Damon's point of view. I believe they printed this with a new cover, and it came with a ton of mistakes in it, so they just canceled the printing altogether, and then they decided to not even run Shadows. So sadly, these copies will never ever match, but I did already order them at that point, and I did get, technically all of them are signed, so I did that. That's a thing that I forgot about, and then it was like Christmas when my order showed up after ApollyCon was over. I also did the crazy thing, and I ordered the paperbacks of the ACOTAR series because you could have the option to get them signed and personalized. And while Sarah J. Maas was signing there, if you guys watch my ApollyCon haul, you had to like win a spot in her signing line, and you could only get one book signed. So I ordered the entire trilogy in paperback because I don't own the US paperbacks of these, and it was an opportunity to get them signed and personalized that I don't think I would get otherwise. So they're all signed and personalized to me. I know, that's obscene, but I did it anyway. All right, we're running out of room on the cart already. So the last books, I kind of hauled 2 of these in the ApolyCon haul because I did buy them while I was at the event. But I also got the new covers of the White Hot Kiss series because these covers are infinitely better than the original ones. The original ones were the white ones with actual people on the covers, and they were bad. So I ended up buying these kind of while I was there. I had to order this one after I got home, and then I just brought them with me to Novatine, and I managed to get them signed and personalized from her while I was there. So that was super fun. Also, these covers are infinitely better than the original ones. So that is going to be it for this haul. This video was way longer than I thought it was going to be. I just talked a lot in it. That is everything that I got in the month of March, minus all of the ApolyCon arcs and books that I got, and minus all of the sub-box books that I got. It was a huge month for me. I'm aware. So if you stuck with me this long in the haul, thank you for doing that. And I will see you guys in my next video.